So for the lighting of the candle ceremony, we got these lanterns. You light them right from the top. There's glass on all four sides, so there's no doors. The larger one has a 3-inch pad. These actually were different. We gotta strip them because baby wants them white. So, I got the handles, the hinges. These were the 1.5s that were in the smaller ones. That's already stripped. Unfortunately, the phone has Velcro on the back, and when I went to pick it up, I do have a casualty, so I'm probably going to have to look for maybe get a mirror cut or find a picture of that size, and so we can get this going again. But anyway, had to pull all these little tabs back and then pull the glass out. Problem is unfortunately they ran a freaking bead of glue all the way across all of this. So pulling the glass out was stuck on both sides, top and bottom, with this thick, snotty like freaking glue. Anyhow, these things getting stripped, taking the hinges off, taking the handles off, only a couple screws, one on each side here, one on the other sides. Boop, that's gone. And then pull the tabs up underneath, and then we can get the glass out. Watch out for the glue. And then on the bottom, we pull out. On the bottom, we just that was a nut actually on those. I haven't pulled the cover off. They all have this nice little cover over them, so you can't see what's going on. So just a little sticky piece of felt. So I'll pull that off on the bottom. See what size socket's holding that on. I'm glad that didn't break the glass. And yeah, get these things white. And I got some of this super silver for all the hardware. So these are gonna be white and silver. Gonna match the candles. Baby likes the candles. Maybe go and get the candles. Okay. Just to show you the tools going on over here, how much fun we're having. Back up. This is the larger canister now, a lantern. And that's the two smaller ones stacked on top. But using the pick. So get the pick down inside here. First you gotta just use the pick, get the tip in there and just angle it ever so slightly against the glass, hoping the glass doesn't break. Just to get it away a little bit. Remember, this stuff is not glued in there. You can actually see this bead of glue going across right there. And that reflection you see is the glue making a gloss. Then I just take actually a punch, a long iron punch, but the end's a little bit flat. So I dip that down in between the glass, making sure I don't drop that into the glass. That would be big. And push down a little bit. And carefully, I get these tabs. There we go. Work down. You can see all the other tabs are already down. I'm ready to start getting this glass out. So, funny thing, use a spatula, my plastic spatula, and I can slide in here a little bit. And I can start to weaken some of that and break up some of that glue and work that out. So, not going to try to do that with my phone. I already had one casualty. Like I said, probably going to try to get one mirror for this and the other two to replace the one that broke, and then actually add a mirror to it, since I gotta do something a little extra here. Unless I can find an old picture frame that just has this perfect little piece of glass. But yeah, hardwares are all out. Glass is sitting here waiting. There's a couple stacked up there. Of course, the broken piece too. Short shop towel's a little dirty, but they work. Anyway, alright, rocking and rolling here. Wedding coming up. Woohoo! So, as you know, I wasn't kidding when I was saying this stuff is like snot. This is the glue that they got strung all the way across the bottom as a bead. I gotta be real careful, it's just sitting up there. I don't want to have two casualties. But, so, I stripped the glass off of this big piece finally. And it's got the 3-inch holder in here. I'm going to take that out to paint it. Did take off my little cover, and it looks like the same hardware. So, just put a socket on this end over here. I get my vice clamps. And I got a lock on the piece inside. Hold on to it, spin the nut out, and it will come on out basically like these were. Just a cup and a nut, just a little bit bigger. That'll go back in. These other ones I'm getting rid of or something because they don't match the candles. So I'll shove a stake through them and figure that out later. Alright, so all these tabs have been pushed up. You gotta make sure you get all these tabs basically so you almost can't see them. That way you can paint both sides and you don't leave marks. So I'd go raise all the tabs up on both sides so they're right in the middle, so to speak. Anywho, alright, so then these three will be pretty much stripped after I wrench that off there. So I'm off to wrenching. Battery's about dead, but just had to get this part. Oh, because it's so much fun. Drilling out the freaking base, because it was just nothing but a flathead screw that they welded the cap onto. So, before the battery shuts off, yeah, just one little tiny tack weld onto a screw. And I'm just spinning the nut, trying to get it wrenched off on the other side. So I'm drilling through it. Oh yeah, I'll be off in a second. Word. So with last night's tragedy comes today's hope. I took the broken glass right at the end of my street where a guy makes glass. And I had to make me up a couple pieces of the glass here just in case I break any more. However, since I had to have him make me one piece of glass, I decided not to make me glass, but to make me mirrors. Woohoo! So, the big box got a mirror in the back. The little box is going to have a little mirror in the back, and I got another one for this one. This is already now sanded. These got to get all sanded. I got to take the mirrors out to do all that. But so once these are all sanded down like this one is, then we're going to hit it with this Rust-Oleum multicolored texture. Might be kind of hard to see, but we'll see the final job here eventually. Kind of a ivory white with little specks in it. Give it a nice rustic look. And then, of course, I got my one coat metallic finish super silver over here for all the hardware. That's going to go back on. So, that's it. Going to look good, hopefully. Was at the engravers today. Got some plates. Going to have Scott and Amy up here and the date down here. And that should do it. Woohoo! Hey, man! What's up? Alright, got them all sanded. See the non-sanded, I didn't do this inside groove for the posts. Just not going to go to that trouble. for the base, which is fine. They're going to get painted, but there's going to be heat in there anyway, so they're going to get stressed, probably crack and do funky stuff, so I'm not too worried about that. Anyhow, alright. Well, we got our paint on here now. These are drying. It's like watching paint dry. Oh yeah. Anyhow, so they're all nice and white. So you can't see some of that texture in there or not. But pretty cool. Not too bad. Certainly not the brown. And then outside on my hanging rack, we have our formerly blackish brownish metal rods, and now all silver. Our hardware all silver. So they're hanging and drying. So pretty cool paint. This stuff applies really quick and small. Like there's not a lot of globbing, which is awesome. Real thin coat. Looks good. Alrighty, watching paint dry. Back inside, looking through the new glass on the back panel. This is actually Amy and I's lantern. The paint has dried, so I put all the mirrors in. There's only a back mirror and 3 sides are glass, but it gives all that extra effect, which is phenomenal now. Kicks it up a notch. Hardware also all spray painted and installed back on and working. The final coup de grace will be the nameplates, the Scott and Amy with the heart on it and the date. Plop the candle in there, and then this is broken glass. That's going to fill the whole bottom. Minus the broken glass, these are the mothers of the bride and groom candles, already dated and plated with the mirrors and the mirrors. Looking good, styling, profiling, ready to go. Whole lot different than the brown boxes that picked up at Home Depot that were on clearance and probably are no longer. Alright, there's Amy. Wave bride to be. Oh, she's going to do a funky dance there. You gonna say hi to the camera? Got the diamonds in. Actually, it's shattered glass. Little diamonds on top. Hey! Huh? Video bomb. What? Amy's video bombing. Anyway. I thought you called me, honey. I love you. I love you, bunnies. You don't love me. The final product, just not hanging on the stand yet. The mirrors. Oh, I'm so glad I accidentally broke one of these and had to do something, because adding the mirrors just gives that whole extra element. Anyhow, the mirrors and then a little shattered glass on the bottom. Give it that, and a little flake shattered glass on top. I call it done. This is kind of my image when I saw having to use these candles with this brown wooden thing with white or with black handles. Now they got stainless steel looking handles and a nice stone white rustic look, all engraved. Got the date on the bottom. Hard to see there on that one. So, 7514. Scott and Amy with a nice little heart right there. Not a bad job, if I do say so myself. All we gotta do is put the stakes in the ground, hook them up, and light them. fire.